Today we are reading from Ecclesiastes chapter 9. Starting from chapter 9 all the way to chapter 12, that's the end of the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12. It's the conclusion of the preacher. After observing everything on earth, here comes his conclusion. The title I will give to chapter 9 is In Danger and Death, we need to hold on to the portion given by God. That's his conclusion, the conclusion of preacher. The key is to hold fast, to grasp. Because many things are unknown to us. But the portion given by God to you, you must hold fast to it. I divide this chapter into 2 paragraphs. Or maybe 3 paragraphs. Verse 1 to verse 6, the first paragraph. Under the sun, our lives are in vain. Verse 1 to 6. For I consider all this in my heart, so that I could declare it all, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of God. People know neither love nor hatred by anything they see before them. Verse 1. The righteous and the wise and the works are in the hand of God. What kind of person he is, whether he is wise, he is righteous, he is evil, he is wise, are in the hand of God. Their works are in the hand of God. Under the sun, man can do nothing. Man cannot impact or change the world. But we are in the hand of God. People neither love nor hatred by anything they see before them. Before them actually means wait. Whether it's love or hatred awaits men have no idea. Man doesn't know whether it's love or hatred ahead of them. They don't know. Is it love or is it hatred awaiting them? They don't know. Men don't know. People do know. But one thing for sure, we are in the hand of God. That is for sure. The righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of God. That is for sure. God influences them. The preacher the theology of the preacher is when the people of Judah were in captivity, were in exile, or even they returned, they were still under the ruling of Persian. They did not know what the future holds for them. They returned But people still live in sin against God. Even those who return did not obey God's commandments. And under that situation, they were in total darkness, in a great darkness. God revealed to the preacher to write the book of Ecclesiastes. It's a reflection on the world at the time. How should he live his life? How should he have hold on to his faith? Is God there with them? Judah had been destroyed for so long. And the people of Judah, even though they returned, they did not hold on to God, the word of God. And the situation of the world was in total darkness, great darkness. Their life, their danger, they were in great danger. They could lose their life anytime. Maybe Haman, the story of Haman. Then the whole Judah could be destroyed. But thank God for Mordecai. And we thank God for Esther. In the book of Esther, yes, the time and chance were important, were crucial in the story of Esther. In that generation, in that darkness, dangers lurking everywhere. You could do business, you could buy property, but what you receive, what you gain, was it from the work of your labor? Is it from the fruit of your labor? Yes, you may gain something, but there are lots of variables full of danger lurking everywhere. It's the time that the weak will devour the weak. The strong will devour the weak. And it depends on the heart of the king. The king was above all at the time. And under that situation, how did they survive? What's the best way to survive? Was God there among them? In that reflection, it's the same for us today. That really applies to us today. We are in dark time as well today. Great shaking. The international relations are in great tension. Where is our God then? What should we do? The preacher says, everything is in the hand of God. It's in the hand of God. The righteous is in the hand of God. The wise is in the hand of God. And all the godly people are in the hand of God. His theology is that we are in God's hand. We cannot influence God. But God is affecting, He is influencing us. We cannot control God. We cannot control the whole world situation. We cannot control God to say that we cannot. I would say that we cannot control our own destiny, our own fate. How can I avoid the evil and go towards the good? How can I make myself more safe? Who can I find safe? Who should I hang out with to be more safe? There is no guarantee whatsoever. We don't know. Everything awaits a man. What is the way ahead as we go on? Is it love or hatred awaits us? No idea. We had no idea. It's uncontrollable. My future is beyond my control. But God rules over me. With this perspective, this point of view, that's the conclusion, his observation of the whole world. I am in the hand of God. If I trust God, I am in the hand of God. The righteous and the wise are in the hand of God. And all my works, everything that my hands does is in the hand of God. But what awaits me, what the future holds, love or hatred, life or death awaits me, I have not a clue. But I just know that I am in the hand of God. I cannot control my future. So our decisions, our choices, you don't know what you are choosing. You have no idea. We really have strong feelings regarding this point, right? On this perspective. We have no idea. The way that you path, you think is a good way, but it could be the way of death. Maybe it's really bad. We don't know. Do not rely on yourself. We must rely on God. God knows, God rules over our lives. Everything is in the hand of God. We continue to trust Him. But what the future holds is in the hand of God. We commit to God. We have no idea. All things comes alike to all, verse 2. All are like all, the original text. All are like all. But we say all things come alike to all. All alike to all. All alike to all. All alike to all. All things come alike to all. With Chinese, make it a good translation. Everyone faces the same thing. It's the same. Everyone is the same. Everyone is the same, faces the same thing. We have one destiny for all. Under one situation, one circumstance. What does that mean? What is it? One event happens to the righteous and the wicked, to the good, the clean, the unclean, to him who sacrifices and him who does not sacrifice. As is the good, so is the sinner. He who takes an oath as he who fears an oath. Verse 2. So it's a great contrast. The righteous and the wicked, the clean and the unclean, him who sacrifices, him who does not sacrifice, the good, the sinner, he who takes an oath, he who fears an oath. These five groups of people, they go through the same thing. Clean, unclean, good, wicked, the wicked, the sinner, who sacrifice, or whether you belong to God or you don't belong to God. You follow God or you don't follow God. You take an oath to God or you fear oath taking. So whether you fear God or you don't fear God. You rely on God or you don't rely on God. One event happens to all. One event here, what does that mean? This is an evil in all that is done under the sun, that one thing happens to all. Truly, the hearts of the Son of Man are full of evil. Madness is in their hearts while they live, and after that they go to the dead. Verse 3. They go through the same evil. They all experience the same thing. And everyone is full of evil. So what is this evil? The hearts of sons of men are full of evil. Madness is in their hearts while they live, and after that they go to the dead. The one event that happens to them is they all die. We all die. When we live, we thought, wow, we were somebody. We could do something. But we all died at the end. Full of evil. The hearts of the Son of Man are full of evil. Madness is in their hearts. But at the end of the day, they cannot escape death. And there is absolutely no hope for them after death. Hope. Hope here refers to that we receive nothing. That means the whole world we have nothing left. But for him who is joined to all the living, that there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. Verse 4. When he lives, he can expect something, but then when he dies, there is absolutely no hope. It's better to be a living dog than a dead lion. Verse 4. Of course, we will consider lion stronger, better than a dog. But when a lion is dead, nothing left. Better to be a living dog than a dead lion. So when we live, we still have a bit of hope. But when we die, we have no hope whatsoever. For the living know that they will die, but the dead knows nothing, and they have no more reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Verse 5, 6, also their love, their hatred, and their envy have now perished. Nevermore will they have a share in anything done under the sun. Verse 5 and 6. Under the sun, they will have nothing left. They will have no share. Under the sun, everything is in vain. All our lives are in vain. The vanity here refers to two things. You cannot control. We don't know what is ahead of us, whether it's love or hatred. You keep going, but you have no idea what awaits you. You may think you have done a very good decision, but what lies ahead of you, you have not a clue. This is an evil. Because if you go on, you will die. You don't know what awaits you, but you know death is definitely ahead of you at some point. And when you die, you have nothing to do with whatever is happening in the world. There is no hope when you die. Nothing left. No one remembers you. And you have no part in the world ever after. Nothing. No share. That's why our days are all in vain. In vain means that you cannot control and you have no share. There's nothing for you. Verse 1 and 6 is a setting for 7 to 11. I try to put it in just 2 paragraphs, but I can put it in 3. 7 to 10, verse 10 to 7 to 10 is the second paragraphs. enjoy, involve and enjoy the portion God gives you. Verse 6 here, nevermore will they have a share in anything done under the sun. Verse 6. So for the preacher, after observing the whole world situation, what should we do? What is best for us to do? Rejoice with the portion God gives us in life. God is above the sun. Towards everyone He loves, He gives a portion to everyone He loves. If we do not treasure that portion from God, after we die, you have nothing left. Verse 6, it says, nevermore will they have a share. Nevermore will they have a share in anything done under the sun. When you die, you will have no share in anything done under the sun. But in comparison, we are under the sun for sure. But when I still live, God has given a portion to me in life. Then I just treasure, hold on to that portion He gives me. I want to receive that portion. So enjoy and involve and enjoy what God has given us. Verse 8. Verse 9, in the labor which you perform under the sun. Verse 7 to 10, go, eat your bread with joy and drink your wine with a merry heart, for God has already accepted your works. Verse 7. We are the righteous, we are the wise, and we observe that God rules above the sun. God has given a portion to us. Then with joy, with a merry heart, I enjoy all that God has given me. Eat my bread. Drink my wine. For God has already accepted my works. Let your garment always be white, and let your head lack no oil. Verse 8. Your conduct, your behavior, your daily life, you follow God in all that. Let your garments always be white. You need to walk in the word of God, and let your head lack no oil. You need to live out the abundance God has given you. Do not be like messy or like really scruffy. You need to be, your garment should be white. You need to have oil on your head. You need to live a good life. Remember, a good name is better than precious ointment, chapter 7. So the precious ointment refers to our daily life. We should live a good life. Eat and enjoy. Live joyfully with the wife whom you love all the days of your vain life, which He has given you under the sun, all your days of vanity, for that is your portion in life and in the labor which you perform under the sun. Verse 9. Everything we have comes from God. Whatever God gives you, bread, wine, garment, an oil, wife. That's why live joyfully with the wife whom you love all the days of your vain life. which he has given you under the sun. All your vanity, for that is your portion in life. God has given a portion to every person. The preacher say, receive this portion in the labor which you perform under the sun. Whatever your hands finds to do, do it with your might, for there is no work or device or knowledge or wisdom in the grave where you are going. Verse 10. You do what you should be doing. Whatever God gives you to do, do it with your might. Because there's nothing in the grave. Now you live is the best. In their age, in their time, they can control nothing. They can only hold on to the present. That's why the present time is important. God has given you this portion. Then you enjoy it. You don't know what lies ahead of you. But one thing you know, after you die, you have no share whatsoever. And you definitely will die. So that's why hold on to the present time God has given us. What you want to do, you do it. Do it with your might. So maybe we think, okay, I don't know what lies ahead of me. However hard I try, we cannot guarantee our future, right? And then at the end, I would die anyway. And then after I die, I have no share whatsoever. What would you choose? How would you think? You just can't be bothered. You don't want to work hard. Then why do I worry? Why do I work hard? Why do I have to labor? Why do I live to do it with my might? We may think like that. That's another extreme. But the preachers say, no, that's not the case. Yes, even though you don't know what lies ahead and everything. We don't know what, we cannot control our future. And we cannot own anything in the future under the sun. That's the end. That's the outcome. But we must do what we should be doing with our might. Our lives in this time, in this generation, we know that God controls everything. That's why we live a good life. Then we actively involve in our lives a good attitude. Oh, it's not just to take pleasure in our lives. Okay, hear me right. Okay, our future is like this. I cannot control anything. I cannot affect anything. Why do I want to work hard? And another extreme is, okay, I just enjoy my life, take pleasure, I indulge. I just indulge my life totally. I indulge my life. I just take pleasure as much as I want. After all, I will die, right? I take great pleasure, I'm happy, and then I die. I don't know my future. That's another extreme. We should not go down that way. God, the preacher told us that God controls all. We are in the hand of God. Our conduct, our behavior are in the hand of God. That's why we must hold on to the present time. We need to enjoy what God has given us. Be happy, be joyful. But we must do what we should be doing with our might. We need to do it with our might. Verse 10. We need to please God. God will be pleased with our work. Then He will give different things to me. I'm not saying that I'm controlling God, but I know God controls my life. When He is pleased with me, that is important. God makes the final decision. He has the final say, not me. But I want to please God. I want to find favor in God. I want to do with my might what God gives me to do. So I do not give up. And I'm not indulging myself. But it's a God-fearing attitude. Reverend God. God rules over all. Because God rules over all, I will follow him. I enjoy what God has given me. And I will do what God wants me to do. Verse 11 to 18, the third paragraph. Hold on to the time and chance given by God. Verse 11, the last part. I enjoy what God gives me. I do with my might what the work God gives me. I receive that portion from God to me. I need to hold on to it. I need to grasp the chance and time given by God. God has given this portion to me. I need to hold on to it. There is time and chance for everything. We don't know what lies ahead of us. But the time and chance God gives to me, I must hold on to it. I don't know what lies ahead of me, but there is time and chance for me now. There is a set time for everything. There is time for everything. I need to hold on to the time God has given me now. That's verse 11. But time and chance happen to all. Verse 11, I returned and saw under the sun. The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, nor bread to the wise, nor riches to men of understanding, nor favor to men of skill. But time and chance happen to them all. Verse 11. Race is not to the swift. Have you just watched the Winter Olympics? The race is not to the swift. The relay of the Chinese team ran really fast, but they did not win because they were disqualified. They were tripped. They stumbled. They were winning, but when they changed button, they were second. So he wanted to try to take over, but as he tried to take over, the ice skate blade they kind of like meddle with the one, the blade, and then they trip. Oh, they lost. They were disqualified. So he was hoping that the judge may say that the one ahead of him was not okay, but the judge say that so the race is not to the swift. So we lost one medal. So what? With one more medal, with one less, after that they receive nothing. No one remembers. Most important of all, but time and chance happen to them all. Time and chance happen to them all. The Chinese translation is not really not too correct. So time and chance happen. It depends on time and chance. The timing God has given you, the chance God gives you, are most important. These two are the defining factors. If you hold on to the timing, and the chance, then you can enjoy everything God has given you. Verse 12. There is a set time of everything, but man does not know his time. I don't have time. You don't know what lies ahead of you. It could be death. You really have no idea. Verse 13 to 18. By wisdom, we need to hold on to this time. So the wisdom is better than strength. The wisdom is better than all war weapons, weapons of war. Verse 18. Seeing may destroy much good. By wisdom, we grasp the time and chance given by God. By wisdom, we grasp time and chance. That's why a poor wise man saved a city. But after that, no one remember him. No one mentioned his name anymore. So he was despised. But it's okay. He grasped the time and chance. We don't know what lies ahead of us. You may save a city. Will you be praised? Will you be praised? No one cares. But it's okay. Yeah, it does matter. But more important, you grasp, you seize the time and chance, and you save a city. Whatever people say of you, they may despise you. No one knows. No one knows what you deliver a city. Will you receive love? You may not. But you deliver a city. You did. Then that's really good. You need to seize the time and chance. The time and chance given by God to us, we must grasp it and enjoy everything God has given us. I do pray that brothers and sisters, in today's situation, we are also given time and chance. Today we are in darkness, in turmoil. We are in COVID-19. We still have time and chance by God. We can still receive the portion given by God. I believe God will protect us. God will raise us up. Because God rules over all. May God be gracious to us. That's the end of the message today.